Hello, I am Dr. Brown. I beat you into the room. Go ahead and get comfortable there on the exam table. Sorry if you hear outdoor noises. The office air conditioning broke today, and so the windows have to be open. It's super inconvenient, I know. Okay, so can you confirm your name with me here? I have my list of people I'm supposed to be seeing at this time, but a lot of the time people just come in kind of random, so yeah, some people try to get in earlier. Can't allow that. Last time we allowed that, messed up the whole day because everyone was upset they got pushed back. All because somebody had me remove a blackhead from their nose that they just couldn't leave alone. Okay. Yes, I have you right here. Okay, and there are notes on here about when you made the appointment, of course, but I can't be bothered to read them, so I'm gonna have you tell me again and I'll take some notes, okay? I apologize again for the window being open. I have no idea what they're doing out there, but it sounds like some crazy construction and some, I don't know if you hear that hum, but it sounds like a telephone's been disconnected. So, let's get back on track, okay? Your name, please. Oh my goodness, this is the first time I'm getting a proper look at your face. Okay, so let me reintroduce myself. I am Dr. Brown. I work and specialize in the face, just the face, the whole face, nothing but the face, okay? So, I'm a little confused why you're here right now. Okay, so your reason for coming in is that everyone else is telling you that there's something wrong with your face. Okay, could you be specific, because I'm not sure I see what they're talking about here. Okay. Alright. Okay. Ears off kilter. Not heard that before. One eye is higher than the other. Okay, and concerns with your pores. Okay. Alright, so perfect, because I was going to ask you about your concerns. So large pores. Okay, ingrown hairs. Alright. Really? Oh, scarring. Okay, yeah. Okay. And I'm sorry, I interrupted you when you were confirming your name. Please spell it for me. Okay. Last name. And your age again, just so I can cross-confirm. Okay. And how about, do you have any allergies before we get started? Glove issues, any sort of oils, Anything like that I should be aware of? Okay, perfect. Don't worry about that here. Do you have a skincare routine? Anything else? Occasional serum, okay. And do you use SPF at all? Okay. Alright, so I'm going to tell you right now that all of those things you've listed here, from a professional standpoint, none of those things are wrong, okay? I have seen plenty of face in my office, and I've even done quite a few surgeries to restore faces. I've had horrible trampoline falls, bricks, horse kicks to the face, things like that. And I do not believe that what you have said to me here is really much of a concern. Now, I do see the scarring on the sides. Dr. Brown also has that. That happens when you've got anxiety or other things that cause you to pick, and that is quite normal. So we can do something about that. I get that completely, wanting to see what we can do for that. But everything else that you've said, who again was saying this stuff to you? Oh. Okay, so like random people. And your jealous sister. Okay. Yeah, so I'm sure all of these things, the crooked nose, ears off kilter, one eye higher than the other, is just stuff to make you feel bad. You stoop to their level, okay? Now, I do have to say, this may be very unprofessional, but I do have to say that you have one of the most amazing faces I have seen in this office. Now, I have seen so many faces in this office that what you're saying to me is absolutely baffling that anyone would say this at all. Now, of course, I am going to proceed with the traditional exam of the face. Just because, gotta ask questions, make sure there's no odd lumps, bumps, or anything of the nature that we do need to be concerned about. I'll check out the scarring and just go through the whole thing. And because you're a new patient here, I am going to have to do measurements. It's just required, as well as pictures. Okay, I'm going to just take a few with our fancy camera over here. That's going to help us have on file images of your face should anything like a brick, a trampoline fall, a horse kick to the face, anything like that happen to you, okay? And I, again, take pride in my work, and I do my best to restore the face should we have to, but I do advise you to be very careful, okay? Because you do have one of the most impressive faces. It's okay that I touch you, correct? Okay, great, because coming to a face doctor, there's a lot of that, so I just expected that you would know. So, along the hairline. Out there. I'm going to just move your hair out of the way a little bit. Check the hairline. Looks good. Any concerns with hair loss around the face? Okay, because everything there looks good. And as I do the exam and take the measurements, we will find out if any of these things listed here that were your reasons for coming in are legitimate or not, to use it, not the best term, but so just gonna keep feeling along here. Please inform Dr. Brown if there's any pain anywhere at all. Have you ever had any injuries to your face? Okay. Okay, and nothing with the nose? Oh yeah, I'd be able to tell if there were breaks. Fractures, it's healed wrong. My hands are just that skilled, so... Okay, I'm feeling around the eyes now, so if you would feel comfortable closing your eyes for me, that would be great. Just gonna go around the brow bone first. Feel the opening of the socket here. Leanne brought her dog to the office again. I'm so sorry. So I can't remember if I mentioned or not, but my assistant Josie is out today. So I will have to take the notes and everything. Write it all down because my scribe is not here. Okay, make sure your eyes are closed. I'm going to run over the lids. Okay, feels good there. My scribe. She's not here. No. No, she went horseback riding. I was very concerned about that. After the number of horse kicks to the face I've treated, it's just... become a fear of mine. Those horses. I'm going to feel your cheekbones now, so just relax for me. So no injuries to the face whatsoever. Perfect. That is great. I just again have to tell you, you have a remarkable face. It is truly one for modeling. In fact, I don't know if this is too forward, but we do need to replace the posters in our waiting room, in the lobby. Yeah, you saw those. Those are kind of old. I would be honored if I could have some images of your face to post, as long as that's okay. I'm going to start feeling the jawbone here along the bottom. Good there. Thank you, thank you. No, your face will brighten up our office, I promise you. Alright, go ahead and look up for me. I'm just going to feel along your neck, because the neck is connected to the face, and while I do only treat to like here, I still need to check in case I need to refer you to someone. Okay. Yeah, that feels alright there. Any TMJ with your jaw there. Have you had your wisdom teeth removed? Okay, alright. Yes, so that all checks out as well. Now, I am going to bring in the light. I have a regular light and a red light. I'm going to begin with the regular one. The red light's more for like sensing the sun damage. In our office anyway. Alright, let me take a look at the scarring now that I've got the light. Okay. Yeah, there's a little bumpage going on there. Let's check this side. Again, slight bumpage. That's normal. Like I said, Dr. Brown has this as well. We have some options for treatment. They don't always work, but it doesn't hurt to try because for some it does work. Now, let's see. You also mentioned the large pores and the ingrown hairs. We've addressed the scarring. The large pores, where are you believing that you've got large pores? Okay, so along the nose. A little bit. Okay, a little bit around the nose as well. So let me get up close here. I'm sorry, I have to get very close to see, but there's a little bit. Okay, I'm not gonna lie there. Everybody kind of has that, and I do understand it is a bother to some. We can do treatments for that, but I would recommend a separate visit as this is the preliminary check, and I had to do some surgical extractions earlier today. That's why we have to talk a little bit quieter. Earlier today, all the tools were involved, all of the tools. So they need to be steamed and cleaned and sterilized, and any way you can sterilize something, they need to be sterilized. It was a horrible show, let me tell you. Dr. Brown performs a lot of different surgeries. That is one of my least favorite. So no, I'm not technically a dermatologist. Specifically, I have to have training in dermatology because I am of course working with the face, but for more in-depth things that may be going on with the skin, especially in places that are not the face, I could recommend you if that is a concern. Okay? But you're in good hands with Dr. Brown. I can do what you're asking, just it has to be in a separate visit because of everything that happened earlier. So much mess everywhere. So I do believe that the pores issue, while we can treat it for you because that is a valid concern here, nothing major though to the point it needs to be dealt with today, like the surgery. We can do that for you another time. I am prepared though to do measurements and the ingrown hairs as well. Now let me see, where is that issue for you? Okay, the eyebrows. Let me look again. That might have to be addressed in the next visit as well. I am able to help you with those. Just one moment here. I'm just gonna feel around. Okay. Let me see. Sorry if I have the shakes in my hand. Dr. Brown has had a little bit of caffeine today. Okay, yeah, so I do feel them. I see them around the tail and a little underneath. Do you wax your eyebrows at all? You're shaving them? Okay, so yes, that can remove hair, especially quite quickly if we're looking for a quick solution in a short time span, but that can cause ingrown hair. So if you try waxing, plucking, I'll be doing that when you're in. If you don't traditionally pluck them, we will make sure we handle that correctly, but the shaving is the main concern there when it comes to the ingrown hairs in areas like that. Okay, so I can't believe someone said these things to you. It's just, they're lying. They're horrible liars. Alright, so this is my red light. And again, I'm just going to check for the sun damage here. This one's not too bright, so I hope it doesn't bother you a lot. Okay. Check the nose. Go ahead and close your eyes. This one's not the brightest, but it's still not always pleasant to have it in your eyes. I'm gonna have you look up, okay? Just look up a little bit for me so I can look at the under eye area. Okay. I see that your cheeks are a little bit damaged from what I'm getting here on this light. Alright, yes, it is common to not reapply sunscreen or forget, or just because those are kind of the places of the face that stick out a little bit farther that you're gonna tend to burn those. I would recommend probably doing SPF more often. Just because the sun is constantly out, we can't really avoid the sun, and while in the hotter months it does kind of get at us a little bit more, it still has the ability to cause damage and potentially cancers and moles, just different things we don't necessarily want. Alright, so now let's see what we want to do here. Dr. Brown has quite a list of what needs to be done today. So how about I do the sensation tests first, and then I'm going to test your skin for some absorbency. Yes, don't worry, it's just a little bit of water. There is slight oil in there. I believe it is sunflower oil though, so okay, yes. As long as you don't have the allergies, that's all good here. So for this test, I will need you to close your eyes again. I have this wooden stick here, which will be our sharp, and then I have the cotton bud one here. That will be our soft, or dull, however you like to refer to it, okay? Okay, perfect. So go ahead and close your eyes for me, and we're just gonna... Okay, good. Good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright, and Good. Good. Okay, and is this soft or sharp? Good, and does the sensation feel the same on the sides? The nose and the chin. Okay, now for the sharp. Okay. The sensation. Good. Okay, and that did feel the same as all the sharp. Alright, now how about this? That. Okay, great. Now I am going to use the swabs to just take samples of any of your oils that you do have. While inspecting, I did see the T-zone seemed to be quite oily for you. We're going to just test and see if there's any bacteria on your skin that shouldn't be there, and that could possibly be causing the blackheads. Or it can cause infection in any cuts or so that you may experience on your face. We don't want that. Alright, that should be enough. Set that off later. Now we're going to do temperature, of course. So I'm going to get out one of these little alcohol pads. And this will be our cold, okay? And my hand will be warm. So I need you to just tell me if you feel hot, cold, warm, cold, whatever you want to say that way, okay? Alright, so again, close your eyes, please. How about that? That. Good. Good. Yep. Okay. That seems good there. And because this is an alcohol pad, I am going to sterilize the sides of your face because we will be doing a little bit of work over there, okay? You can open your eyes again if you'd like to, yes. Give this a chance to dry while we do the absorbency test, because I won't touch the sides of your face here for that. Okay, great. No, Dr. Brown does enjoy their job. It's just that medical school really drains the life out of you. Yeah, so let it dry a little bit. No, I would not be doing this profession every day if I did not enjoy it to some extent, okay? Now, we can't get confused there. I take pride in my work, like I had mentioned. So we should take that into consideration when letting Dr. Brown do their work. Now I'm going to just put some drops. Good. And over here, on your forehead, of course. No, where near what we did. And then down here on your chin. Good. Now, it's okay if that runs a little bit. That's no problem at all. I just need to see how quickly your skin evaporates or soaks up the water and oil mixture. Your forehead's a little more oily. We may see it's not going to absorb much at all, so... Okay, we have, I'd say, absorbed about 50%. And the chin, I still see a little bit of it just kind of lingering. So, sometimes my drops aren't equal, and that's what happens. Let's see. Skin is also different depending on what area of the face you're on. Even different places on the body. Did you hear that? The air conditioning in the building next door kicked on. Love that for them. Dr. Brown's writing is such chicken scratch. In the allergies section, I thought I wrote Noel. It says none. Do you know a Noel? That'd be kind of funny. We're going to move on to the measurements now. Dr. Brown has quite a few different tools. Some of them may look a little bit more scary than others, but trust me, I've put caps on the ends of these because they have sent me really sharp calipers for being a face doctor, and that's a little concerning there, but we won't begin with these. Just wanted to show you everything we're going to be using. The compass to determine distances as well. I can get that was Dr. Brown's issue. I see. Alright, we're going to use the skin pencil. Now, it is a pencil, but it's kind of like the eyeliner pencils where it's soft enough to leave a mark, so this will just allow me to see any markings I have to make between distances, and then I will be using the skin marker, and we will take it all off at the end. I will need pictures with it and without it, in case my notes fail me, because I have to take them on my own today, so we're going to hope that they don't. Josie is usually here. So let's do the centimeter side, just so I know precisely. Okay, so close your forehead from the edge of your hair to the edge of your hair is 15. Okay, perfect. from the top at your hairline to your chin. Okay. Let's see, vertical. 3 horizontal. Forehead. 18. Going to go from your hairline to your nose. Into your brow. Slight difference, but nothing major. And your concerns again were the nose, ears, and your eyes. So we will figure that out as we are going today. I do not believe I have my solid ruler here. Pardon, Dr. Brown. Someone's been touching my equipment and sometimes things go missing. But not today. You're in luck. We'll need that as well. Now if I'm looking at the top of this ear compared to the top of this ear, everyone's ears are not perfectly lined up. But just from visualization here, I can tell that yours are only points difference, okay? Again, your eyes, to me anyway, from, again, visualization here, your eye line is even and your ears line up right about the same across. So let's just check here from the top of one to the top. Okay, so yes, very slightly, but not enough to be noticeable in the way that someone should be saying anything, even though no one should really be saying anything about things like that unless there's a medical issue where something is wrong and things need to be adjusted, you know. But I've heard this saying, just some Dr. Brown knowledge for you. I don't know where it originally came from, but you shouldn't point something out on somebody if they cannot fix it in 10 seconds. Exactly. Yes, so the examples are like if you have food in your teeth, you can fix that in 10 seconds. If your hair has got like a bunch of flyaways like Dr. Brown sometimes does, you know, that can be adjusted in less than 10 seconds. Things like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna eye here. Dr. Brown made it funny. I'm going to eye here the distance between your eyes, as I do have a specific ruler for eye measurements. Okay. And let me get your ears over. I do not expect them to be the same length either. Again, just points off here. It's not anything crazy. In fact, I can tell you the one is 7 centimeters, the other one is 6.968 centimeters. It's not visually noticeable. look at that with the solid ruler as well. Oh yes, we were looking at the one eye being higher than the other. Again, this will be better when I have my solid ruler, as that one will give us a straight line. We can line it up with your pupils. Just make some marks here by your mouth. And brow distance here. Let's go as well. And then the edge of your eyebrow to the top of your ear. And that was your right. And now I'm going to do a mark just at the edge of your hairline there, your eyebrow. So these markings help me line up, again, for emergency surgeries on the face, things like that. Just gives me guidelines. I hope your visit's a little more relaxing now that we've had the construction workers go on lunch break or something, right? Or whatever they're doing out there. And then go to the bottom of your ear, to the bottom of your ear here. Okay, let's, yeah, okay. So let's go from the top of the ear to the top of the ear. Alright, good, good, good. Also going to have to put some dots on your face in some random places once we have these lines and measurements done. Now, what would I like to do? Let's go for around the eyes. Like I said, Dr. Brown has a lot of measuring tools we're going to have to get through here. We've advanced our preliminary visits. Not sure if you were recommended here by a doctor or a fellow human, but we have upgraded and in a way downgraded. It takes so much longer. If only we had the fancy face technology to be able to use the computers to do this for us. But that costs money. Is that Leanne in the hallway? Sometimes Leanne likes to come and bug me. I told her this visit was going to take a little bit longer, but because your face is so perfect, I definitely was shook for a little bit there. My apologies. Okay, so that looks good. That. And then we're gonna get the pupils and there. Okay, good. And that's you staring straight, correct? Okay. Alright, good. Let's edge of the eye. Edge of the eye here. Okay. Good with that. This one gets used more for anything to do with the brows, as it is an eyebrow balancing ruler. But because it sits on your nose, it keeps everything lined up with your nose. Not that way yet. Okay, again, look straight for me here. We're going to line up eye to eye. Okay, so obviously, again, everyone's face is not a mirror image on both sides, alright? We have a little bit of an upturned corner on this side and a downturned outer corner on that side. Now, that is common. Dr. Brown's eyes aren't perfect either. There are differences here and there. But again, that's only the slightest difference here, where overall the line of your eyes on the bottom is pretty straight. Dr. Brown's is not, I can tell you that right now. But as an example, to like above, open your eyes as much as you can. Not to like a scary point though, you know what I mean, just enough, like your regular resting open eyes. Okay. Yeah, so they're pretty in line, top, bottom. It's just the corners, inner and outer, that kind of make things look a little off. But you can tell your jealous sister that from a professional standpoint, your doctor says there's no wonky eyes here. Okay, good. Now, please close your eyes. I'm going to do down the center of your eye here, now that I have these markings. Do one here, one there, one here, and one here. And that's going to help with centering. And then I need, double check your ears. Close your eyes just in case I get the ruler too close. I hate when that happens. Yeah, like I said, slight difference in measurement there. But otherwise that's okay. Now I'm going to have to measure your nose coming out, so it starts here. Okay, that's average. That's average. Alright. Let me line down the center of your nose. I believe that's everything I need for this ruler. Dr. Brown has memorized all the facial points, but sometimes they slip from you when you're sitting in the moment, you know, making all these marks. You're like, did I do the one on the nasal folds? Did I do one on the Cupid's bow, which is what, you know, the layman's call it, but just so we're all on the same page, I use that anyway. Now this is going to measure for me a couple different things. I know it appears terrifying, okay? It's just gonna get these sides of your face here. Okay, so let me just mark this on the paper with the pen. We do just put these marks over the top of the notes, so that way we have them. By the way, you have a very interesting name. I've never seen it before. No, Dr. Brown doesn't get out of the office too much. Okay, let's see if we've got this lined up here. This also helps me measure later. Oh, there we go. That's about your face there. Now I'm going to get your nose. Again, don't worry, this won't harm you at all. Just looks scary, but it's really not. And then I'm gonna need the ridge of your nose, which I assume is not as wide as it was. There we go. This also helps draw a face quite quickly. I'll show you once we're done here. Now this might get scary, but I'm going to go by your eye with this. I know they're not perfectly the same. Okay, I'll have to go back for that one. What do you do for work? Oh, I put that eye kind of far over. Look at that. Dr. Brown's messing up. Alright, there we go. I don't know why I asked you a question right before I'm supposed to measure your mouth, but please hold still just for a second. Okay, thank you. Continue. Oh. And top to bottom here. Dr. Brown doesn't mean to be nosy, but does that pay well? Okay. No, thank you for telling me. I've got a sibling looking to pursue something along those lines. This brows. Okay. All right. Again, no two brows are the same either. Not really gonna measure for eyebrow height. It's not the most important thing, but you know, I'm gonna measure the little center part of your nose here. Okay. Now on Dr. Brown's paper, your face is not going to look perfect. Okay, this again is just the rough sketching, I believe I had moved everything over too far to the left on my drawing, but ears now. Let's check the ear, make sure it matches here to what we have going on. Brow. Check this side. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's do ear to ear this way. Right. Just so I have that distance as well. Great. Now I'll go back through with the curved measuring tools and just to do a few more markings so that I can take the pictures. So it's probably hard to tell through all of my writing here, but I do have what would be your eyes, your nose, the brows are at the top, and then the top to the bottom, side to side, the ear to the ear, things like that. I would draw it out for you, but then we wouldn't be able to see Dr. Brown's notes. We just do that so we have the basics, match it to the pictures. There's a lot of cross-checking, things like that. So please stare at this specific mark right here. Let me actually highlight it for you with the skin marker wherever Dr. Brown has dropped it. So right here. Okay, the very faint pink dot. Great. That for me, please. This is gonna measure your eyes. Alright, okay, the lids. Alright, now again, forward, stare forward. The dot right here. Okay. There, and the roundness looks good. I want to keep an eye on the shape of your eyes just to make sure there's no issues with that. I do have a few eye doctor friends who can assist us with those things should they need to be addressed. So this is also going to look a little scary. You've seen these before probably in math class. If you're around my age or older, I'm not really sure if the younger people are still messing with compasses. I'm sorry, Leanne's dog must have gotten a hold of a sandwich because now it just sounds like a massive dog, but I'm going to place this in the corner of your eyes and measure this out and mark. Great. Same on this side. Good. And then I'm going to go there again, go up to the brow. And back on this side, line this up, go up to the brow. And then I will be putting this at the top of your lip as such, and going to the bottom of your lip and following along just as much as it is rounded here, okay? Alright, and then I'm going to put it between your eyes, and we're going to go from edge of the brow to edge of the brow. Actually, shrink that a little bit, there we go. Good. Let me Sometimes this one's harder to see. Good. Alright. And I think that's it for our compass friend here. Might do the forehead as well. I'm going to put that right in that same spot again. Extend and go up. Okay. Just to follow along the curve. And this is the point where I connect some things now. So please bear with Dr. Brown. Okay. Da, da, da. Alright. Midpoint. Midpoint here. And then I'm gonna get the midpoint here and here. Put it at the bottom of your nose. Midpoint. Alright, I think we're ready for the pictures. I know this appointment has been long enough. May also be because Dr. Brown is quite thorough with everything. I don't charge you extra for the visit if it goes over the hour. I'd rather have things done right than messed up. Oh, we still need to do the treatment on the sides as well. Don't let Dr. Brown forget that, because Dr. Brown will forget that. Okay, the pictures. This is our fancy camera. Now, you may think, wow, that just looks like a ring light. It indeed does look like a ring light, and I'm going to tell you, it partially is. That's how we get the images. So please just close your eyes or stare right through the center and don't focus on the flashing as it does flash. Let me actually see which one. Dr. Brown is now blinded. I'll have to see my eye doctor friends. I think the mid-light is good here. Drop that down. We want it to look quite natural. So this is the, oh, there we go. This is the light that will be flashing, alright? So I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to take at least 2 images forward and then at least 2 on the side. At least 2 on the side, okay? I don't do any above, but I could, and I could do some from below, just because I'm finding that with the serious injuries like the horse kicks, it would be helpful. So again, no extra charge. Just please stare through the center or close your eyes. Ready? Perfect. And I'm going to back up a little bit and take some images as well because of the posters out in the lobby, okay? Now you can agree to have us not use them, that's always up to you, but I do appreciate it if you are okay with that, comfortable with that. I'm going to take some from the side now, please don't move. Perfect. Alright. And then one more side, let's see. Good. Now let's take from above. Now for these, you can just stare at the panel here. That would be great. Thank you. Alright, and now from below. Situate this. Perfect. Alright, thank you for those. And let me see. Yeah, I'm going to take a side one again, side profile, just to make sure we have a good image for a poster. So Alright, do you have a side you prefer better? I'd rather... Okay, you like this side better. I'd rather do the side you like more. Even though, like I said, your face is quite magnificent, very, very balanced, I would say. Of course, not perfect. We cannot have a perfect face, but in visualization, your face is perfect, okay? Not numbers, not science. Well, maybe it is science, that the whole thing about how we choose partners and things, the faces that kind of are most symmetrical, things like that, you know, it could be science, but numbers wise, obviously nowhere near the same. Sometimes we get lucky with the same sized things on either side, but not everything. So tell your jealous sister that you have a close to perfect face, like the most close to perfect face. If your jealous sister wants to compete, she can come in here, but probably won't treat her as nicely just because of the things I've heard her saying. Kind of disappointing. We'll begin with the treatment now for the scars, and then you'll be on your way. Thank you very much for being patient with me. Now this is a facial roller. It does have tiny little needles on it. As you can see, they're very small. I don't think they would cause harm at all. But, you know, there are horror movies that turn regular things into crazy, scary things. And fall is coming up, so who knows? We might see an attack of the facial rollers or something like that. But I'm going to put a little bit of the drops on your face just to help. You're right, I didn't remove the markings. Dr. Brown apologizes. They're a bit hard to notice just because the pink marker, it's not the best marker, and then that other little pencil, sometimes it just gets lost, especially in this lighting. See, simple as that, just quick removal. Back to the facial roller now, and the drops, level dry. Now this just helps to lubricate the skin so we don't have any, not necessarily cuts. It does create minor cuts in the skin so it can heal. And you'd think, you know, we're treating scars with something that could cause scars, but it is really just a matter of increasing the blood flow to the area so it heals. So we will do this, and if you'd like, just, I could take your hand there. You can barely feel it. They're just like tiny little hairs on here, pretty much. And work that in. So, of course, if this does bother you or hurts you, please inform Dr. Brown, and Dr. Brown will stop it. Just takes a couple of passes. Nothing too crazy. We don't want to be dragging it across the face, you know. But just the right amount to encourage the blood flow. This side's not as bad as that side was from my examination. It all just depends, I'm sure. Well, I would think this side would be worse for me because it was more exposed, you know. That away so it can be sterilized with everything else from the other individual. And I will be placing these clear scar sheets over. We will have to cut them down because they are quite big. They're like folded over in the box. And you can do this at home as well. Just apply them to any areas that are a little bit troublesome. It says it's designed for use on larger scars from injury, cuts, burns, acne, stretch marks, and general or cosmetic surgery. So I did use these on my keyhole incisions I had from my surgery, and it did help lighten them up. It kind of just provides the moisture as things are going along. And it also says it improves appearance and texture of old and new scars. So, like I said, always a possibility for it to work for you. If it doesn't, we won't continue with this. In fact, Dr. Brown keeps meaning to try on their own face, but so we will say about this much off. And micro scissors in here. Didn't know Dr. Brown still had the micro scissors, but these will work. Okay. And yeah, they do come in the massive sheets. You can use them. Of course, they come in the massive sheets for if you have a larger scar, but you can cut them down so that they fit the area better. You can also wash them so they can continue to work. If they start to get fuzzy, nasty stuff like that, we don't want to keep doing that. Just for, you know, health reasons and such. So I get this loosened, we'll cut it in half. Right. There's a protective sheet over it. Keeps things sterile. And then it's perfect for both sides. Let me peel that back up. So, as you can see, it is just a little silicone sheet, and it's not really, I'd say it's adhesive, but it's not really adhesive because you can rinse it and it'll stick again. You just have to let it dry. So we'll apply this to the side of your face here. Just like that. And again, it's the moisture that is kept inside of them that helps to heal the areas. Absolutely atrocious. Alright, so here we go. We'll just place that on this side here. Okay, and it should barely feel like it's there. Occasionally when I wore them after surgery, I completely forgot that I had them on. And you can leave it on Let's see what it says. Oh, and of course you should always wash and dry the affected area you're applying this to, but we did that. So let's see, yes, a minimum of 12 continuous hours. So it's okay to kind of forget them on, but let's see what it says. Just daily. You should really try to clean it daily, reapply. And you can use the same sheet for up to 7 days, according to this. Now again, if it gets fuzz on it, things like that, and you don't feel like it's sterile, don't use it. But it is similar to how you can put those acne dots on, and if they're clear ones, you can forget them, as I have also done that. But it is less noticeable then, especially with your hair. On this side of my face, nobody would really know. This side, somebody might see it. So with your hair and everything, you might be able to get away with leaving them on without question. Otherwise, perfect to wear for bed. Okay, yeah, if you're not looking to wear them during the day. Now, we've done everything on my checklist here and addressed your concerns. Let me just pull up the file here with your name, and the images have uploaded as well, so I'm going to move those into your file. Any other concerns before you leave me today? Okay, perfect. Love to hear it. Did you want to schedule your follow-up for the blackhead extractions, the large pore issue? That is not a dire issue, and I don't mean that to invalidate you. I'm just saying, like, honestly, compared to the things that I've seen, you have wonderful skin. Again, beautiful facial structure, wonderful skin. Some people would really kill for skin like that. But I'm not going to tell you we're not going to treat it, so. And who knows? You know, we could clear it up. You could be even more stunning than you are now. We'll just have to find out, huh? Okay, so the large pores, that can be fixed with moisturizer as well, just kind of helping. They might just be dried out. I see you are using a moisturizer that you mentioned. Maybe doing it an extra time during the day could also assist, so we can check that when you come back. Alright, so available appointments. We have possibly mid to late October. Okay, is there a specific day you like, a specific time? Let me see. Okay. Does 12 work? Okay. I'll put you on there, drag and drop you. Alright, if anything comes up and you need to move things around, let me know, and we can do that as well. Again, thank you so much for coming in. You have honestly brightened my day, as your face, again, is one of the most spectacular faces I have seen in my office. Just magnificent, okay? And thank you again for letting us use your images for the lobby. It will really brighten my day continuously. and it will show different examples of things we address. I'm not going to put your personal information on there, of course, and I'm not going to mention specifics about what we talked about, handled. I may have them point out the scarring, and we can do a before and after type deal as long as that's working for you to heal it up. Okay. All right. Yeah. Otherwise, it'll just be a face. Just be a face in a frame. Side profile. Head on. I'll get these in. And yes, should you have any other concerns or emergencies regarding the face, remember I work with just the face, the whole face, nothing but the face. That is our little tagline here. So, as long as it has to do with the face, I can assist you. Alright, it was an absolute pleasure. Please do come back, even if it's just dropping in for a visit. I'm just blown away. It's an absolute honor to see someone as amazing as you in here. And you're very kind-hearted, it seems. Yes. Thank you again. And I'll be staying in here for a moment as I have to type up some notes, but you are free to go if you're ready, and I will see you in the future, okay? Alright, thanks. Bye. Leanne, that dog was barking during my appointment again. I see you walking by the room, Leanne. Please do not bring the dog to the medical offices. I will have to consider terminating your employment here if you do not follow the rules. Obviously, lots of different surgeries happen in these offices, and you know someone is recovering in one of the recovery rooms. Please do not let the dog anywhere near there, and do not allow it to bark. It's making people jump. Don't want it to mess up any procedures. Okay, thank you. That would be perfect if someone could come get the dog. I am going to have to go on lunch. This appointment ran a little bit over. So when my next appointment comes in, you can either stall them for a little bit or offer that they be taken into a room and one of the nurses start to do the measurements and things. Okay, thank you. And I'm going to head out now. Okay.